All right, in this problem we're given some information on Dubose Clinic's target capital structure, which is 25% debt, 75% equity. The debt is made up of bank borrowing, and they pay 8% on their borrowing. That's pre-tax. And then we're given some information on the beta and rate of return on U.S. Treasuries. We can calculate the cost of equity using the capital asset pricing model. All right, so the type of capital is the bank borrowing. And the common equity, bank borrowing or debt, if you will. The weight is given in the problem at 0.25% debt, 0.75% equity, so the grand total, of course, adds up to 100%. And to go to the cost of the debt capital would be the loan rate times 1 minus the tax rate. All right, the loan rate would be the equivalent of the yield to maturity on a bond. Okay, so that'd be 8% times 1 minus 0.4, the tax rate. All right, the cost of common using the capital asset pricing model, that's the cost is equal to the risk-free rate plus the market risk premium times beta. All right, so what I'm told up here for the capital asset pricing model is the entire rate of return on the stock market's 14% and the risk-free rate is 3. Now, to get the market risk premium, the total return in the stock market is made up of two pieces. The risk-free part and the market risk premium. Add those two together and you have the total return. So for the market, the risk-free rate given in the problem is 3%, and the market risk premium, or the risk premium, let's call this the risk-free and the risky part, the two add up to 14%. Okay, so if 14% is the total, it's 3% risk-free, and the other 11% is the risky part, and that's the market risk premium. So if I'm plugging these numbers into my CAPM, it's equals to 3% plus the market risk premium times Dubose's beta, which is 1.4. Okay? So the beta for the average share of stock is 1 by definition. And all we're saying is that for Dubose, their beta being 1.4 means that their risk premium is 1.4 times the average. So their risk premium is a little bit higher. They still get the same risk-free rate, or the investors there still get the same risk-free rate, but they have a higher risk premium because Dubose is riskier. Good times gooder, bad times badder. All right? So if I take the weight times the weight of 25% times the cost of 4.8% after tax, and then 75% times 18.4, then I add those two together, I've got a weighted average cost of capital of 15%. And again, if you wanted to do this in one fell swoop, sum product function, take the weights times the cost, and it'll do that calculation in a single step. Exact same calculation, it's just a shortcut.